Hi everyone, and welcome back to my little cryptocurrency course. My name is Matt, and in this video I just want to cover some of the best case and worst case scenarios of what can happen when you're trading. And of course I can't give you financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. All I can do is show you what I do in these examples, and then hopefully that'll help you out a little bit. If you haven't watched the first video, number one, I suggest you do that, otherwise none of this will make any sense to you. And in this video, if I say buying and selling, what I'm actually referring to is the buy orders and sell orders, buying and selling your coins for you automatically. If I'm talking about a direct sell, where I actually manually buy or manually sell some coins, I'll actually say that. Otherwise, whenever I say buy and sell coins, I'm actually referring to buy orders and sell orders, doing that for you automatically. So let's begin with the first scenario, and that is you buy your coins and then the market goes down. So let's say you're up here, you buy your coins quite high, and then this happens. This happened a few weeks ago where it dropped by about 40%, and then the market stays flat, right? So it doesn't return back up here to pick up your sell orders, which will be up here somewhere. So what that effectively means is all of your coins are stuck up here somewhere, the market's come down, it's running flat, and it effectively means you can't trade until those coins come back up to 10% higher than what you bought them for. So if that happens, what do you do? Well, you actually have three options. Option number one is you basically just have to wait until the market returns, picks up your sell orders, sells your coins, and then you've got your money back in your account funds and you can continue to trade. Option number two is if it stays down here for a very long time, you can basically sell your coins, take a hit, take a loss, and then start again. And the last option, number three, is that you can just buy more coins because the coins may be down here in an absolute bargain, so you can put more money into your account funds and just simply buy more coins. So now I'll go through each one of those three options individually. So option number one. You've bought your coins really high up here somewhere, the market crashes, it's staying flat, which effectively means that all of your coins are stuck up here, and now you have to wait for the market to return to pick up your sell orders, sell your coins for you, and that puts your account funds back up here and you can start trading again. So it's just a case of, how patient are you and how long do you want to wait before this returns back up here, picks up your sell orders, and then you can start trading again. Because it will come back up. I mean, of course, no guarantees, but generally speaking, what goes down must come back up again. So hopefully at some point, the market will return up here eventually. It will pick up your sell order, sell out your coins, money back in your account funds, and then you can continue to trade. So how long will that take? Well, that's the magical question, and it just depends on the market. But what I want to do is give you, say, the worst case scenario of how long that could actually take. So if I come up here to a friend's portfolio, back on the 10th of January 2018, I was helping him buy some coins, and we were buying Ripple back then at $3.30 a coin. So up here is the 1st of January 2018, down here is the 4th of December 2017, and we were here buying coins at, say, $3.30. Feeling really good about ourselves because the market went absolutely nuts over about, say, a 4-week period. It went from 32 cents to $4.79, but then it comes crashing down. So we bought coins here thinking we're getting an absolute bargain because it's just come down from $4.79, but it just continued to drop and drop and drop and drop. And it went as down as low as, say, 18 cents a coin, and it just stayed down there for ages. So it sort of bounced between, say, 20 cents and 70 cents. And this is sort of, 2 or 3 years it's taken this poor guy for the coins to start returning back up to a price even close to what he bought. So it hasn't even come back to that $3.30. It only came up as high as $2.22, and that was back on the 26th of April 2021. So, we're still waiting for those coins to come back up, go past his $3.30 and, sell out his sell order and make him a profit. So that's just an example of the worst case scenario. You buy your coins high, the market crashes, and it just stays down here for ages and ages and ages. And then eventually it returns, and it probably will come up here, pick up his coins at 330, pick up his coins at the sell order, which, by the way, I have his sell order up way up here somewhere at $25 a coin, because that's how much faith I have in Ripple. So, I'm not worried about 330 because I'm sort of hoping it's going to go way beyond $25 a coin. But anyway, he's quite happy to wait. He's quite happy to wait because if it does go to $25 a coin, he's a very, very happy man. But, it might just get to $10 and he might ring me and say, hey, that's enough. Sell my coins. I'll take my money and run. So then I'll come back in here, cancel that sell order, sell out his coins for him manually at $10 a coin, and then he can take his money and run. And I also want to address this fear that people have that if this happens, they lose all their money. Well, you can't really lose money with cryptocurrency. You can only lose value. Because if this does happen, and by the way, if you're worried about this happening, you shouldn't be trading with cryptocurrency because this happens all the time. But when this happens, you've still got all of your coins, and those coins still have their value. It's just that the value of the coins have dropped. And the value of that coins will go back up again. And so who cares what your portfolio is worth or what the market is doing, because all it is an indication of what your coins are worth at any particular time. And at any particular time, those coins could go through the roof or they could absolutely tank. I mean, for example, my portfolio up here was worth about 19,000, and then about 3 or 4 days later, my portfolio was down here and it was worth about 10,000. And people were looking at that going, oh my God, you've lost like $8,000 or $9,000. Well, yeah, but not really, because all it is a marker of what my portfolio was worth on that day, and it will go back up again. Of course, no guarantees, but what goes down must come back up again. But even more importantly, when it comes to trading, it makes no difference whatsoever what the coin price is, because 10% is still 10%. For example, if you buy, look, it doesn't matter whether you buy $5,000 worth of a coin at, say, $1 and sell it at $1.10, or $5,000 worth of a coin at $2 and sell it at $2.20. You still make the exact same profit. So who cares what the coin price is? All we ever need to know is that if those coins go up and down like this, we can make our 10%. And with that in mind, and the profit being the same, it makes absolutely no difference what your coin price is. Because again, it doesn't matter whether you're buying and selling the coins down here or buying and selling the coins up there, the profit is still the same. I suppose the point I'm trying to make is don't get too worried about everything. Don't get too worried about what the market is doing and what your coin price is for the day and what your overall portfolio is worth. Because when it comes to trading coins, it really makes very little difference. It only really makes a difference with your investment. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but with your investment, yeah, it's a great idea to get as many coins as you can at the lowest price possible. But otherwise, when it comes to trading, it really doesn't matter what the coin price is. Okay, so let's get back to the options I was talking about before. And we just covered the first option, and that is if you buy your coins up here high and the market crashes and then it stays down here, it means that all of your coins are stuck up here, you can't trade, and now you've got to wait for those coins to come back up here, pick up your sell order up here somewhere, sell out all your coins, put your money back into your account funds so you can start trading again. Now you might have to wait a couple of days for that to happen, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or like I said before, you may even have to wait 2 or 3 years as a kind of worst case scenario. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is you can sell your coins, take a loss, and start all over again. Especially if the market is down here like it is, running flat, and it's not continuing to come up here, which means you haven't been able to trade for ages, which means you haven't got a regular income. And this is the problem I'm stuck in at the moment. So back in April, May, I bought a whole bunch of Ripple and I brought them between, I think, $1.98 and $2.15, plus a whole bunch of Dodge at a really high price. I think it was 65 cents. But anyway, I bought a whole bunch of coins back here, and then I didn't stick to the system. So I actually got greedy And instead of sticking to the 11%, I pushed it out to 25%. And that was way too high, which means this peak here didn't pick up my sell orders because my sell orders were up here somewhere, which means I didn't sell any of my coins, and then the market dropped like about 40%. So now all of my coins are stuck up here at $2 plus, and I can't do any trading. As a matter of fact, I think the last trade I did was the 14th of May. Today is the 16th of June. So I haven't been able to trade for about a month, which means I haven't had any income over the last month from my trading system. So if the market stays down like this and it stays down here forever and ever, I could at any point say, you know what, bugger it, I want to get my regular income back, so I'm going to sell all my coins, take a loss, and start again with a brand new set of buy orders and sell orders and continue to trade. And I'll show you that on my portfolio. So here's that 4 bunches of coins that I brought, and if I wanted to sell them today, and that would mean I would suffer about a $7,000 loss. By the way, that's why cryptocurrency is such a great website, because it keeps track of that for you here. So I can look at that and go, well, I could sell my coins today. I would incur a $7,000 loss. But with that in mind, even with that $7,000 loss, it would still generate me about $10,000 up here in account funds, and I could just start again today, take that $10,000 and start buying and selling coins down here at today's prices, back trading, especially when the market's flat like this, because it is a lot easier to do trades here because, you know, it's kind of up, down, nice and regular, buy there, sell there, buy there, sell there, continue trading and return to my regular income. And I have done that before, and I have taken quite a large hit. But I only do that because, like I said in the first video, I've already got my original investment back. And not only that, I'm continuously taking profits out of here and continuously putting them back in my bank to build on that investment. And I've also built my account funds up here to quite a nice level. So I'm playing with pure profit. So in my mind, in inverted commas, it's like I'm playing with somebody else's money. So really, technically speaking, it's not actually a loss, because I'm playing with pure profit anyway. But with that in mind, I worked pretty hard to get that $7,000, and it would be a little bit of a shame to lose that. Plus, I'm pretty confident that Ripple will go way past $2 fairly quickly, and hopefully up to $4 or $5 a coin fairly soon. So I'm kind of happy just to sit back and wait for just a little bit longer to see if this returns, so I don't incur that loss. But yeah, if it stays down here for much longer, I probably will get impatient and go, well, you know what, bugger it. I'm playing with pure profit, so let's take that $7,000 loss. Let's take our 10 grand, start again with a brand new set of buy orders and sell orders, and get back to trading and back to a regular income. Okay, and that brings us to option number 3, where you can just buy more coins. So what that effectively means is you'd have to put more money into your account funds and then just buy a brand new bunch of coins as a brand new portfolio based on the fact that they're at an absolute bargain. So if I come back here to the chart and I click on a week, you can look at this and go, well, over a week's trend, it's a pretty good time to buy. It's deep down here in the bargain lanes. Scoot out to a month. Yep, it's deep down here over the month trend, and even over a 3-month trend, it's still quite deep down here in the bargain lanes. So it's a good time to buy the coin because it's at a bargain. I mean, it would be better if it was down here, but still, it's a pretty good time to buy the coin. Because what happens is, and I've said this all through the videos, what goes up must come down, what comes down must come back up again. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and even amongst the up downs, there's up downs and up downs in amongst the actual up downs themselves. So what happens is when the coin goes down here to an absolute bargain, people go, oh, Ripple's at a really good price, I'm going to buy some now. And when a lot of people buy a lot of coins, it pushes the price back up again and it comes up fairly quickly. And then when it comes up quickly, people look at that and go, oh my God, the price has gone right up to here. Yeehaw, I'm going to sell my Ripple. And when a lot of people sell a lot of coins, the price comes back down again. And you can see it here. So the green columns are people buying, the red columns are people selling. You can see here, there's not much happening here. It's fairly average buying and selling. And you can see here, the market's fairly flat. And then all of a sudden, there's a whole lot of buying. So people have looked at this price and they've seen it go up and they say, well, it's at a bargain, but it's going up. I should buy that coin now. Whole lot of buying happens here and the price shoots up. then the price gets up to here and it's gone up really quickly. So people go, oh my God, the price has gone up really quickly. And now it's starting to go down. I'm going to take my money and run. Yeehaw. I'm going to sell my Ripple coins. And you can see there's a whole lot of selling here and the price comes back down again. So that means if you're over here buying today at $1.15, that trend should repeat itself again eventually. Because people are looking at this coin now going, well, it's at an absolute bargain. I might just wait for it to come down a little bit more. And then you'll see a whole lot of people buy the coin down here and the price is going to shoot upwards. So if you buy the coin down there and then you set your sell order there, there's a very good chance it'll pick up that sell order fairly quickly and then rinse and repeat. You do another sell order there and there and there and capture that market as it's going back up, making a whole bunch of profit with lots and lots and lots of buy orders and sell orders. Because as you're waiting for these coins to return back up here so you can start trading again, or if you have taken a loss by selling out all your coins and starting again, because there's a very good chance this will come back up again, you can make profit as it's going up, and that profit might actually help take care of the loss that you've made by selling your coins out down here at option number 2, or it at least gives you some sort of income as you're waiting for the coins to return back up here for option number 1. In saying all of that though, this means you effectively have to put more money back into your account funds. So if you've already set a budget and you've already spent that budget, don't put more money into your account funds. Again, this is a sophisticated form of gambling and you don't want to get into that very addictive habit of continuously putting more money into the inverted commas pokey machine, hoping that it's going to pay out. So if you've set your budget and you've spent your budget, ignore this idea. Don't put any more money into the system. With this in mind, and to try and help maintain a regular trading income, I'm trialing a system now where I'm staggering my buy orders. So let's just say you've got $12,000 to spend, just to keep the maths nice and simple. Instead of me putting all of my eggs in one basket and say putting a buy order in there for $12,000, and then the market comes down, picks up that buy order, buys my coins, and then the market does this and stays flat forever. So again, all my coins are stuck up here and I have to wait for the market to return before I can trade again. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm splitting that $12,000 into 3 separate buy orders. So instead of $12,000 there, I would put a buy order in there for $4,000, another buy order in there for $4,000, and another buy order in there for $4,000. So 3 separate buy orders, 3 separate amounts of $4,000, so that if this does happen, it'll actually capture the market on the way down. In other words, if the market comes down to there, it'll pick up my buy order and then I can start trading along there. If it comes down to there, it'll pick up the buy order there as well. So now I've got 2 lots of trading where I can trade along there and there. And if the market comes down all the way down to the bottom, it's done all 3 buy orders. And now I've got 3 lots of coins trading at 3 different levels. So no matter what the market does when it comes back up, all of my sell orders will also pick the market up as it's going up. So again, staggering my buy orders to capture the market as it comes down, and then staggering my sell orders to capture the market as it goes back up. The other reason I do that is the market staying flat like this. I mean, that would be awesome if the market did that all the time, because then I could just put 12,000 there and sell it, 12,000 there and sell it. You know, each time the market coming up and down, they've got a very predictable base and a very predictable return. However, the market doesn't stay flat like this very often. It's more likely to do this and then more likely to do that, especially with Ripple because it's a very volatile coin. So with that in mind, it's probably a better idea for me to stagger my buy orders on the way down and stagger my sell orders on the way up. Now, does that mean you make less profit? Well, it depends on how far this goes down and how many of those buy orders go through. Mathematically speaking, if the market goes down and if it picks up all 3 buy orders, and then if the market goes back up and it picks up all 3 sell orders on the way up, mathematically speaking, that will make you about the same money as if you just put it all there and the market turns around and sells it all there. But because this is also random, you know, it just depends. You know, it depends on what the market does and where you put your buy orders and where you put your sell orders. and it might only pick up one there and then continue up, or maybe two, or maybe three. It's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I'm at least trialing that system now, and I'm just going to see how it goes and test it for a while. And if it does work and it works well, then I'll make another video of me actually doing that live, so you can see it happen in real time and see the benefits of doing that. Okay, and just so we're really super clear, I'm just going to show you what I've already done on the system that I'm trialing. So the other night I put in 3 buy orders, and I'll just move that forward to where we were. And I put the first buy order right here on the baseline. Now, I know I've said previously that you shouldn't be buying coins unless they're deep down here in the red, deep down here in the bargain lanes, and as far below that baseline as possible. But in this instance, I put it directly on the baseline because, well, I just wanted to, one, make it easy to win, but this idea of buying it all down here is based on just having the 1 buy order. But because I've got 3 buy orders in, I can spread them out a little bit. So I thought, well, I'll put the first one here just because it's easy, and I know that being the average price, there's a very good chance this chart will come down, pick up that buy order for me, and away we go. Plus, if the price doesn't go deep down here and pick up the others, at least I've got 1 buy order in, which means I can then set a sell order, and I'm kind of back trading up here. So I put the first one in there at $1.15, and the other reason I did that is because I came out here to the month chart, and $1.15 is down here somewhere, really deep into the bargain lanes. So it's a pretty good price to buy anyway. So I thought, all right, with that in mind, I'll do the first one. Whoops, and I'll just go back to where we were. I'll put the first one right on the baseline, make it easy to win. And then I put the second buy order here just because it's in the middle. But also you can see here where the chart runs flat here, and because the price is going up and down, there's a pretty good chance that if that trend repeats next week, there's a good chance that that up and down will pick up my buy order there. And then I just put another one down here just because it's deep into the bargain lanes to get myself a bargain. But I didn't go right to the base. I went to about there, I think, just to give that little bit of an extra chance of having that buy order picked up. Now, already, this buy order has already gone through, and this one is just about to go through, and hopefully this one will go through as well. But there's no guarantees. It may pick up that one and that one and that one, or it may just pick that one up and never get down there or there. You just don't know, but that's why I'm trialing this system. And like I said, I'm recording this over the next few days, and if it works, and if it proves to be a valid system, then I'll finish that video, and then you can watch me do all of this in real time. Okay, so those scenarios were mostly if the coin goes down. So now we'll cover what happens if the coin goes up. And one of the peculiar sort of scenarios that can happen is the coin price goes up, but you don't have any sell orders in place. So let's say, for example, you put in buy orders, say there, and there, and of course you set them back here somewhere. And then at, say, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, the price of the coins comes down and it picks up those buy orders and buys all of your coins. Meanwhile, whilst you're sleeping, the price of the coin starts going back up again. Now, you don't have any sell orders in place because you were asleep, and this all happened at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So when you wake up, you've got no sell orders in place, and now the price of the coin is going ballistic. So just assume it's gone right off the chart here and it's heading up and up and up. And let's say it's headed way up here, way past your the 11% that you would have set for all of these previous buy orders. And let's just say it's gone way above that to say 15 or 20%, or even say it's one of those great days where it's gone up to say 50% higher. So when that happens, there's no need to get up in the morning and madly set sell orders, because you can just sell out your coins manually. And it's kind of really cool when this happens, because when that does happen and you sell your coins manually at a much higher percentage, you've kind of accidentally made more money than you planned. So to sell your coins manually, the first thing you have to do is come into your order history and find those buy orders that went through at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And let's just say they're here. And then you want to copy the exact amount of coins that each one of those buy orders bought and sell them out manually. And the reason why it's important to copy the exact amount of coins is you may have several buy orders and sell orders or portfolios in place. So it's important that you sell the exact amount of coins that your buy orders bought. So let's just say we just use this one here as an example. So we select that, we hit Control C on our keyboard, we copy the exact amount of coins that that buy order bought, and then we come up to the top here, click on buy and sell, choose Ripple, sell XRP. We just use the manual sell function, and we're just going to manually sell our coins out because they went ballistic overnight. And then you come down here to the box, hit Control V on your keyboard, paste the exact amount of coins that that buy order bought for you, backspace those little spaces there at the back there, get rid of the comma, and then you'll see here that that's the amount of money you'll make when you sell those coins. Hit sell, manually sell those coins out, and then just repeat the process for the other 2 or 3 buy orders. So again, if your buy orders go through at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and you wake up and you've got no sell orders in place, but yet the price of your coin has just skyrocketed upwards and it's gone way above the levels that you would have set each one of those sell orders for each one of those buy orders that went through, instead of worrying about setting any sell orders on those coins, just manually sell them out, take your profit, and off you go. Okay, so now let's move on to another scenario where the coin price is going up, but you don't have any coins. Now this can happen for a couple of reasons. Reason number 1, let's say you put your buy order in there and you're hoping the market will come down, pick up your buy order, buy your coins for you, and now you're off trading. But instead, the market comes down to about there, turns around and heads back upwards instead. So it never gets down to there, it never picks up your buy order, which means you haven't brought any coins, you have no coins in play, and now the price of the market is going up. And the second reason this can happen is because the system does what it's supposed to do. So in other words, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, your sell orders go through and the system automatically sells all of your coins for you. So now you have no coins, you haven't put any new buy orders in, but now the price of the coin is going upward. So in both examples, you have no coins in play and now the price of the market is going up. What do you do? Well, personally, I don't really do anything because I know that if the coin price is going up, generally speaking, what goes up must come back down again. So if it's going up, I just sit back and wait. Meanwhile, I put all my new buy orders in and I just wait for that coin price to come back down, pick up my buy orders, and away I go. And that's the beauty of buy orders because it kind of forces you to do that. Because the trap that you can get into, and this trap has foiled me many times, is that if I've got no coins in play and I come in and I see the chart doing this, I sometimes panic and I look at this and go, oh my God, the price of the coins is going up. It may never come back down again. I may never get my coins cheap. And of course I panic, I buy them up here too high, and then about a few days later, pretty much every time, the bloody chart comes back down and it comes down deep down here into the buy lanes. So if I had to just follow the system and waited for that to come back down, because again, what goes up must come back down, no guarantees of course, but if I just stuck to the system and waited for that to come back down, and I've already got my buy orders, say staggered there, there and there, it actually forces me to wait until that price comes down below the baseline to pick up a much better price and a much better bargain. So again, if the price of the coin is going up, I don't panic, I relax, I instead just let it do its thing. Meanwhile, I put all my buy orders in, waiting for that coin to come back down, pick up my buy orders, and away I go. And there's yet another scenario to that. So in the previous examples, the coin prices were going up and down, quite volatile. But sometimes the market does this, where it has a very slow incline and then a very slow decline. So if I grab my trusty pen there, you can see here the market is very slowly kind of going up, and then you can see here it's very slowly going down. And it kind of takes a long time for it to get up there and then a long time for it to get down. So if you have your buy order, say there, and you were waiting for the market to come down, pick up your buy orders, and then away you go, but instead it never actually got down there, it got to about there, turned around, and slowly went upwards. And as it's going upwards, it's kind of moving further and further away from any chance of it coming down here and picking up your buy orders. If that happens, what do you do? Well, you've got a few options. Option number one is you can just wait for that market to return back down, hopefully down here to where your buy orders are, and then it'll pick them up and away you go. And that kind of forces you to wait so that you're not buying coins when the price is going up, you're waiting for the price to come down and get yourself a bargain. Option number two, if the price is going up and up and up and it's been doing this for a long time, you can take the risk, and let's say you're luckily here somewhere and you go, well, you know what, I think this is going to continue upwards, so I'm just going to buy my coins manually now and then just put a sell order on them, hoping that the market just keeps going up and up and up and sells out your sell orders. So that's another option. Or the last option you have is to cancel your buy orders down here and then just reset them a little bit higher, hoping that at some point the market will come down. Because you haven't seen this happen, so you don't know that this is going to keep doing this. So you might reset your buy orders, say there, and there, hoping it'll come down and pick them up. And if it doesn't, you cancel them and you do it again here. So you reset your buy orders there, and there, and hopefully it'll come down and pick them up. And the only reason you would do that is because you want a regular income and you don't want to wait for this to come back down again, because that might have taken a month to get there and a month and a half to get there. So there could be 2.5 months between there and there, and you don't want to wait that long. So you're basically shifting your buy orders up to try and capture that if it decides to turn around and come back down again. However, in saying that, it would be wonderful if the market was this predictable, but it's rarely that predictable. It could do this one week and then that the next week, and then the next week it does this instead. So you never really know. But at least this way, you don't really want to have your buy orders stuck down here and the price of the coins going up and you have no coins in play. So at least this way you can cancel your buy orders, reset them, and hopefully capture the market on the way up and hopefully capture it again on the way down. So to cancel your buy orders is really easy. You come up here to your account, click on open orders, and then scroll down to the bottom and you'll see your buy orders here, and you just cancel, get rid of those buy orders, and then just set brand new buy orders. And when you set the brand new buy orders, you need to start the process all over again. So you would come back to the chart, you choose a week, you have a look, and then you go out to a month and you have a look and check what the market is doing. And this will actually reflect that price rise anyway. So you'll often notice that if that market is slowly going up, the baseline of the chart will shift over time. And then when you come back, if the chart looks like this, you'll see your buy orders kind of way down here somewhere. And you can look at that and go, okay, now I can see my buy orders are way too low, so I've got to reset them. So based on this new chart information, which is a new trend, I might set my buy orders there, and there. But that's all based on the premise that the price of the coin will come back down again. But what if it doesn't? What if instead the price of the coin turns around, starts heading up and up and up, and it never comes back down? So what if it's that magical day in history where the price of Ripple is, say, going to $4 or $5 a coin, or $25 a coin, or as some say, $1,900 a coin. So instead of it coming back down, it just goes up and up and up and up. What do you do then? Well, that's where your investment comes into, and that's what I want to talk about next. So let's just say you have $10,000 to invest in total. So ideally, you'd want to split that into 2 lots of $5,000 and put $5,000 into your investment here, and then the other $5,000 into trading over here. And so you've taken that $5,000, you've brought as many coins as you can at the cheapest price possible, and then you're holding those coins, so you don't have a sell order on those coins. You're just holding them in the background as an investment, waiting for that magical day in history where Ripple goes to, say, $1,900 a coin. And if it does, you're covered. Meanwhile, whilst you're waiting for that to happen, you're over here using the other $5,000 and you're trading on a weekly basis, continuously taking the profit out and sticking it back in your bank. paying back your original investment, building on that original investment even more with a little bit more profit each time, and then building up your account funds. So once you've paid back your original investment, you want to leave a little bit of profit up here so you can build up those account funds so that each time you do a 10% trade, you have enough money up here in your account funds to buy enough coins so that a 10% trade generates you eventually a 6 or a 7-figure income. But getting back to our $10,000 example, this means you've got both sides of the coins covered. This covers that magical day if Ripple shoots up to say $1,900 a coin, and this gives you your regular income whilst you're waiting for that to happen in the background. So is that magical day ever going to happen? Is Ripple ever going to get to $1,900 a coin? Well, who knows? I follow as many experts as I can just to try and get an overview of what they all think Ripple will do and its potential and how high the coin price will go. Problem is, it's so diverse. I mean, there are opinions ranging from $5 a coin all the way up to $70,000 or $80,000 a coin and even beyond that. But the scenario of one of the people that I follow that makes the most sense to me is if Ripple gets picked up for the new digital currency. Because the whole world is about to shift over from fiat currency, which is basically cash, to digital currency, which basically means a digital coin, a digital dollar, digital system, which is basically cryptocurrency anyway, and the whole world runs on a new digital system. Now, if they use Ripple for that system and or the platform that supports it, which is a whole nother video, but if they use Ripple for that system and then they back it with the US gold price, that means Ripple could go to $1,500 a coin. And if you ever want to work out what that is in Australian dollars, come up here to Google, type convert 1,500 USD to AUD, and don't put a dollar sign in there, otherwise it doesn't seem to go through. Hit return and it works it out for you here live. So that's 1,900 Australian dollars a coin. So let's come back here to our little investment and I'll grab my trusty calculator. So let's say today you buy $5,000 worth of Ripple today at $1.16. That's going to give you 4,310 coins. So you take those coins, you hold them over here, hoping that one day this goes to $1,900 a coin. And if it does, we times that by $1,900 and that's $8 million. Now that's a heck of a return for a $5,000 investment. And if that happens, so if you wake up in the morning and you log into your CoinSpot account and your Ripple portfolio is reading $8 million, happy days. I really don't think you're going to care too much about trading if you've got $8 million bucks. Take that money out, stick it in your bank, and away you go. And of course, that figure is based on a $5,000 example. Imagine if you were cashed up and you're willing to take the risk, and let's say you put in $100,000 and you buy today at $1.16, you get that many coins, times that by $1,900, and you're a multi-millionaire. Based on the assumption that obviously Ripple goes to $1,900 a coin, but there are people saying that it could go way higher than that even still. So nobody really knows. It's all kind of conjecture and speculation. But if you take a $100,000 investment and turn it into $163 million, again, you're not going to care too much about trading. You're done. Take your money, go and find yourself a new house and a block of land and a jet ski and go faff about on the beach because you're done. And if you are one of these lucky people that does that, from say a $100,000 investment and you make $163 million and you got there because you watched my little cryptocurrency course, for God's sake, contact me because I want to come hang out with you, sit on your boat and drink coffee. Now, with that in mind, if that magical day does happen, it's probably a good idea you have a bit of a strategy worked out in your mind of what are you going to do when that happens. So if you suddenly wake up in the morning and you see the coin price of Ripple is now at 20 bucks a coin or 50 bucks a coin or, $500 plus dollars, I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to sell those coins? Are you going to keep them? If you are going to sell them, what point are you happy? If you don't sell them, what point is going to make you jump off the balcony because you didn't sell your coins and the price went crashing down and you lost that huge, multi-million-dollar opportunity? Again, what are you going to do if that happens? So what I suggest is work out what is the amount of money that you'd be happy with. So let's just say you'd be happy with $1 million total. So that way you'd probably be selling your coins out at about $200 or $300 a coin. But that way you look at that and go, well, I don't want to wait for it to go to say $1,900 because that may never happen, or it might take years to get there. And I'm happy to sell out at $200 or $300 because there's a lot less risk of that not happening, and I'm happy with $1 million. Then you just basically take that $1 million, take the amount of coins that you've got in your investment, and just divide that. So I think it was 4,370. So that means you have to sell out to make $1 million. You've got to sell your coins out at $228 a coin. That way, if you come in the morning and you see Ripple has shot up to say $158 a coin, you can sit back and go, nope, I'm not going to sell my coins until they get to at least $200 odd. And when they get to say $235, you go, righto, I've made my $1 million. You sell all your coins out, and you're happy to do that, even though the coins may even continue onward to $500 or $600 plus. You're happy, you're committed. Take the money, and then you've got that pre-worked out, maybe with yourself and your partner and your family as well, so that when that happens, you know exactly what you're going to do and there's no stress involved. Well, there's less stress involved because, great problem to have if your portfolio is going up $20,000 or $30,000 a day. It's a fantastic problem to have, but it is quite stressful. So at least this way, you know exactly what you're going to do. And if you're super committed to that price, you can actually today set a sell order on that investment to sell those coins at $228. That way you set it, you forget it, and then you just sit back and wait for it to happen. And if it does go up to say $230 and it does it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning while you're sleeping, and then it turns around and goes crashing back down to say $5 a coin, it doesn't matter. Your sell order's picked it up for you, and you'll get an email from CoinSpot saying, hey, we've fulfilled your sell order, and now there's $1 million waiting for you in your account. And wouldn't that be a wonderful day? So that's just a little tip for you, and I think I'll finish the video there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I made everything super clear. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you do join the CoinSpot website, can you please remember to join using my affiliate link, which will be in either the description below or the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that little bell thingy so that when my new videos come out, you get notified that they're out. Otherwise, I wish you all the best with your cryptocurrency journey. I really do. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.